Okay, I'm sharing my screen again. So for this exercise, if you want, okay, so I already have a domain. Okay, so if you want, you can also book a domain, otherwise only theory for you. So I would suggest, if you want the domain, okay, so there are two options. We'll log into this AWS console. Okay, in AWS console, just check for Route 53. In Route 53, when we go here, there will be various options. So what we can do: DNS management, traffic management, domain registration, and availability monitoring. So when you click on this domain registration, you can register directly a domain. You can buy a domain from here. Okay, so whatever domain you need, just click on it, .com or .in, .net. Okay. Search for it. Okay, so it is saying it is available, but if you see, the price is high. Okay, at least 12 to $15 it will be. Okay, .com and .net are always priced with these values. So what I'll suggest is go to bigrock.in. Okay, so on this website you can see very cheap domains are given, but don't go by this advertisement. So they are saying .com domain is available for 69, but we'll have to register it for 3 years. Okay, that we don't want. So what we will do is just properly check this website. Okay, so you'll see that some domains are very cheap here. So let's check .net.in, or there will be any offer going on. So most of the offers I have seen in Big Rock. So this domain which I was giving demo on, that is demolabs.in.net, I got it for I think 80 or 90 rupees only. Okay, for 1 year. Okay, so let's check something similar to this if we can find it here. So it depends on various extensions, but not on this common ones we won't get. But I think this dot online is for 99. Let's check that. So demo labs 11, I'll check and click on search. Okay, so it's saying 69 per year. Okay, and dot online is for dot 99. Others are costly. So this is also for first year, it's saying, but it is year per year. Okay, next year the price may vary, but for 1 year that is fine. So try to book .in, .net or .online. Okay, I would suggest book anything with your name or surname or combination of name and numbers and buy it. Okay, then only you will be able to learn Route 53 properly. Okay, just add to cart. Okay, make some payment and you will have a domain registered. So I'll just log in into my account. I already have an account here where I have already bought the domain. So if you see, so this we need to remember: after login to BigRock, go to my account. When we click on my account, it will redirect you to their panel. So we can say this is the domain and DNS panel. Okay, so the BigRock is our domain provider in this case, and also a DNS provider. So if you see, I booked this domain demolabs.in.net. Okay, on 23rd Feb last year, this year itself. Okay, so if just click on it, so if you see, the name servers are given here. So here we can go and change this name servers. Just edit and change the name servers. So these are the name servers provided by Route 53 itself. So my domain is now DNS hosting of my domain is done on Route 53, but from where to get this details I'll tell you. By default it will have the name servers of Big Rock, whatever name it may be, and even on Big Rock I have registered a domain, and even the DNS services are also here. So see, so I have one record, okay, that points to some IP address, but if you see the name servers are not this DNS for bigrock.in. So if the name servers are this, then this will work, means this DNS file will work. But as the name servers are of AWS, the name server the DNS file should be on the AWS side. Okay, so whatever name servers, wherever it points, there only it will redirect. Okay, it will, even though I have records in this DNS records of Big Rock, it will not redirect because the DNS servers are of name servers are of Route 53. Okay, so now let's go back to, so suppose you have bought the domain from here, okay, or Big Rock. After that, after buying a domain, okay, just go back to dashboard.route53 again, and there you can see DNS management, create hosted zone. So here we are creating DNS zone. Okay, so I'm creating DNS zone for my domain. Just copy it. I copied it. I can give, it's optional, so I won't give any description to it. It is a public hosted zone. Suppose I have some private domain name like example.com and all. For that I'll use private, but we need public in this case, and just click on create hosted zone. Okay, so our zone is created, and as of now it has some records, and mostly it is related to the name servers. Okay, so let's again click on this. So we created the DNS record file. There are two records into it. Just click on it, and if you just click on this hosted zone details, these are the name servers. Okay, so what we need to do is, after buying a domain, copy this DNS name servers, go to your domain registrar. If it is Route 53 itself, they will give you the details of changing the in registered domain. It will give the option to change the name servers. So go back here. I went here, name servers, and I edited everyone. Okay, so every one of this I have edited, and these are the same: org.uk.co 03593946. Just cross check it. Okay, so it may change. So what will, sometimes it may change, but I think it is same. This will also work, but as for demo purpose I'll change it. It seems there is some change, so I'll use this one. So as AWS is a big company, they keep have many domains, name servers. So I'll just change it. And click on update name servers. So before updating, what we will do is just check online DNS as well, DNS lookup. Okay, so I also given in the document. So this is what is my DNS.net. So what is my DNS.net? Just click on it, and here just copy your domain name. So before updating I need to do that. So what's my domain? demolabs.in.net, and just click on name servers. We want to check what are the name servers for this demolabs.in.net. Okay, just click on search. So actually we are checking if the DNS are propagated properly or not. 1397 we have it. So here we do not have 1397, right? Just click on update. Now we have some new name servers. So here we can check if the propagation is done properly or not. Okay, so after some time it will show that there are various name servers available. Okay, so depending on those name servers, whether it's reflecting there or not, it's showing here. Okay, now also check with some other command, that is, let's open an EC2 instance again. We'll check with the dig and whois command. Again go EC2 instances, connect. Okay, so let's first check demolabs.in, who is the owner. Okay, so if you see, it is saying these are the name, owner name will be mine. Sometimes it's also hidden. Okay, so now we are interested in the name servers. So these are 685, whether it is, yeah, 685 1530 1931 269. So the changes are done. Okay, now let's check dig. With dig command I'll get the DNS records. So it's a record we haven't created, so we just need to check the name servers. So it's still not reflecting because it will take some time. So how the time is calculated? So if you go here and click on this records, okay, so these are the records. One is for name server. So the TTL is very long. So TTL is 172800 seconds. Okay, so it may or may not work properly for us, or we'll have to wait for one day also. Okay, because the TTL will take, and that is a DNS propagation, and with this tool we just calculate if the propagation is done properly or not. So in Mexico, Brazil's, okay, it's done, propagation is done, they can change, they can see the changes, but not everywhere else. Okay, but I think in India it is done. It's showing Pakistan. Okay, so let's see again. Tick, because we need this a record. Okay, without a record it will not work, and for a record the DNS should also be updated. So let's again check. So it's not reflecting, but let's continue with our exercise. So dig and whois command is important. Now what we will do is, let's see if this instance has any website on it, but I remember it's not there. So we'll create a new web server. Okay, not a problem. So let's create a web server. So we have created only the routed the DNS zone here, hosted zone. Now we are creating is an EC2 instance which will have a website, my web server. Okay, I'll use Ubuntu 22, instance type T2 micro. I'll choose key pair. So let's allow traffic HTTP. Okay, HTTPS we don't want. We are not having. We have auto enable. We are not having SSL certificate. Let it be 8 GB, and in advanced details we'll copy a script given in the lab. Okay, so this is the script. It will install an Apache web server, it will download a HTML template, and it will display it on the screen. So in advanced detail, just run this script. So there is one of the template which has all the website related code. It will copy it in var www.html, and whatever we copy in var www.html gets displayed on the browser. Just click on launch instance. So if you see it, it's created the instance, my web server. This server one is for some other purpose, so ignore it. So let's see, it will take some time. Let it get ready into running condition. And if you see here, it has an IP address, this 35.172. This is the public IP address, and when I browse it, it will show me the website. Let's see if it is ready. Okay, let's wait. Okay, let's refresh it. We open port 22, right? Let's check that. Security. Yeah, port 80 is open. So what we can do is, let's go inside the EC2 instance and check what's wrong. Connect to it. Maybe the script is not correct. So let's go cd var www.html. So just to curl localhost, it should work locally as well. Okay, so it's loading here. Let's check again. Okay, so there is some cache issue, I guess, there. Now if you see, the website is up and running on EC2 instance. Now this is my website. If I give this IP address to the clients or the end users, it won't look good, right? That's why we need to map a DNS to this IP address. Okay, but this IP address which we got is given by default to the EC2 instance, okay, by AWS, and this is temporary. Okay, if I reboot it, I may get this IP address back, or after if I stop it for few days, and after few days if I restart this EC2 instance, this IP address may change. Okay, this is a ephemeral IP address that which gets changed, okay, after restart or after few days if we stop and start it. So what we need to do is, we cannot use this one, because once we map this in the DNS, okay, the it will if it changes again, we'll have to keep on changing the entry in the DNS. Okay, so what we will do is we will first make it static. Okay, so we'll also learn how to have a static IP address. This is you can say not a static one, that is it can change anytime. Okay, so we'll have to reserve one IP address for us, okay, from AWS, and attach it to this web server. So for that what we can do is, if you see here in network and security, there is an option of elastic IPs. Okay, so in elastic IPs we do not have any now, so what we will say, allocate elastic IP address. Okay, in US East one only we are. Okay, and just click on allocate. Okay, so this is the IP address, allocated IP address. Okay, it is only allocated, it is not associated or attached to any EC2 instance as of now. Okay, now in actions, or not in actions, directly you can right click on allocate elastic IP address. Okay, but we have done this, I think. uh, Allocate associate we have to do, allocation is already done. Let's cross check. Yeah, so we have two. I'll release one of them. I clicked allocate twice, so I'll release one of them. Releasing is important because this is also chargeable, it is not under free tier, I guess. So now the IP address, click on IP address and we'll see associate elastic IP address. First we allocated, now we'll say associate this elastic IP address. Okay, and remember our server, web server, which we saw just now. Open one more tab. Okay, so we have this for my web server, we have the IP address in the range 35. Okay, and we got one IP address. Okay, 50.107. Okay, just choose an instance where it should be attached. Okay, I've chosen this my web server. Okay, and just click on associate. So again click on, refresh the page actually, and just click on allocate elastic IP addresses, and it will show it is associated with this instance ID, which is nothing but our web server which we created. Now just refresh this page. Okay, so IP address changed. So this is static, even if we stop and restart it again, it will never change. Okay, this is the public IP reserved for us. Okay, for this. Now for this IP address we need to make an entry in a DNS, that is a web server, that is a DNS server. In DNS server will say that this is my web server. Okay, whenever a request comes to this domain or this particular record, just point it to 50.1731.107. so we'll go back to our route 53. Okay, and we'll click on create record. So as of now there is only one record, that is the default one, name server, and this TTL, time to live, means after this seconds only the changes will reflect, or before that as well, but it will take at least this much amount of time. So we'll have to create a record. Okay, so at the time of creating our a record itself, we can define the TTL as well. Okay, so here the by default is 300, and that is good. Okay, so if we see 172800, it will be 2 days. We do not want such large TTL, time to live. So after 300 seconds it will point demolabs.in to this one. So here we won't add subdomain, we want that demolabs.in should be pointed to 50, and just click on create record. Okay, if we have a subdomain then we can add it there, like ftp.subdomain nom and all. At that time we can give here subdomain. Still we'll try to give www. So if someone points www, it should also point you to 50.17 and click on create records. Okay. So Route 53 propagates your changes to all Route 53 authoritative DNS servers. So whatever we are seeing here, these are authoritative. Okay, they communicate with each other and get the zone file details. Okay, we'll again search here for name servers. So I think it started propagating at many places, but still it's not done in India. So these are some of the servers where it is checked, not on all. Now we have added an A record. We also need to check if the propagation for A record is done. Just click on A and just click search. So if you see, it is showing 50107. Is it the same IP address? Yes, 50107. So the propagation is done at most of the places. Now let's browse that website, and it should give us the page. So this was an IP address. I'm opening it in incognito window, demolabs.in.net. Yeah, so it's working. Okay, so the name servers are not reflected properly, but A record is reflected. So just add an SSL certificate to it and we can have a live website running on AWS. Okay, so today was a long theory and demo session. Now you all can practice it. So that's it for this exercise. So we also learned how to have a static IP, elastic IP, and that is also an interview question. What is an elastic IP, or how to have a permanent IP address.